Today on hashtag Moms on a Mission. Parents have one thing in mind, at least me. Back to school.
And I have all these lists of questions. And he's like, Mom, it was fine. It was awesome. Oh.
You see, I grew up in Bulgaria during the communist time. I've never heard of this anxiety. It's school. You gotta go. You gotta do it. That's it. We're friends. We're moms. We're moms on a mission. Hi everyone, welcome to Woman TV. You're watching hashtag Moms on a Mission. I'm so happy for this show today. This is the first episode of the show. I'm hosting with my very good friend Ayse Eldek.
Hi everybody. Welcome to the show. It's gonna be a fun show. Any questions, just throw them in. Just send it to us, please, if you have it.
Yes, tweet it. At Luchia Dragosh or at Eldek Ayse or at Woman TV. You can ask any questions, or if you want to suggest a topic, feel free to send us a tweet. And today, it's September. Now it's September, and parents have one thing in mind, at least me, back to school. And that's what we're going to talk about today, back to school anxiety. My son didn't start school yet, but I know yours did.
Yes.
So how was that experience? Did you have to prepare him or you mentally?
A little bit, because after a long summertime, obviously it is kind of hard for them to wake up early in the morning and prepare themselves to go back to school for real. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Putting him to bed at certain time was one of the biggest challenges that I went through, because of course, do I have to go to bed? Why do I have to do this? I don't want to go to school. Why do I have to go?
What time he goes normally to bed?
Well,
during the summer.
During the summertime, a little flexible, around 9:30. Well, we said 9, but then with the brushing teeth, oh, can I read another book? But I just want to see this card. Is it okay to stay like 5? And then it ends up like 9:30. So
yes. And during the school days, what time he goes to bed?
During the school times, I try to put him around 8. That was last year, but this year it's going to be around 8:30, I think, because where we are sending him to school, he doesn't have to wake up that early.
Okay.
So I am a little more flexible this time, so he can go to bed around 8:30.
Well,
hasn't started yet.
Yeah. I think. I don't know. I think it has to happen gradually, because sometimes I start to, okay, he's going to bed at 9, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, now we're going to bed at 8. But it doesn't work. No. So it has to like gradually. Well, our school, it's on our street, so we don't have to really get up that early. But for me, the biggest challenge is I allow him to watch TV in the morning during the summer. So I don't know now when he starts school, what's that going to be like?
Yeah, I did the same thing. And he has twin sisters, and they get up really, really early. He didn't get up that early during the summer, but of course they want to watch TV, and he joins them. And everybody has electronics, obviously, iPads, and they want to watch stuff, and they want to play games on their iPads. So now. Last year, I made this rule. As soon as he finished his homework, I said, you can do 20 minutes of game or 20 minutes of TV. That's the only thing you can do. And then you have to read a book and then go to bed. That was my routine.
Okay.
And when I mentioned that coming back from the summer, he was like, I don't want to do this.
So wait, during the summer, did he practice any writing or reading?
He did. He read a lot of books. Where we are, there was a library reading program. So even though he didn't really want it, I wanted him to be a part of it. So he had to read books. Yeah. And then first time he went back to check those books out, and he joined the bingo and then got a little mini reward, you know, something small, but it was huge for him because he got something, you know, he won something. It was amazing for him. So he read. He didn't do too much writing, but he did a little bit.
And he'll be in third grade, right?
He'll be in third grade,
yeah. You see, for me, I was thinking my son is in kindergarten. He'll be first grade now. So when he ended kindergarten, I was thinking, okay, he just started reading and writing. Maybe, you know, I have to keep up this during the summer. But then I was like, you know, I just remembered when I was a kid, summer was summer. You do nothing. So I just let him this year slide, and we did nothing. We just like went to the beach, or he was in a summer camp, but he didn't read and write at all. Maybe it's a mistake. I don't know. We'll see in first grade.
Yeah, I mean, everything is, it's all different. Like, I don't want to force him too much, because summer is the time that they need to be able to relax, because they need to prepare themselves for the following year. So then they'll be, I call it a recharge. They basically recharge themselves during the summer and then go back fully. So, but again, I still would like him to, I wanted him to do some reading, something. So
it's not that hard for him with...
Exactly. So there's some, you know, little bit of, like, there's still all the freedom that he has, the playtime, TV time, and so on, but then also, oh, there is this 15 minutes or 20 minutes that you need to give to your books. So,
but how was the first day? The first day in kindergarten. How was for him and you?
Oh, for him, it was he felt like a rock star. I think I don't think he cared if I was there or not.
Which is great.
I cried my eyes out. I'm sure most of you go through this. I go through this every year, even though he's in third grade right now. Like, I look at my boy and like, when did you grow up?
Yes.
You know, it was more difficult for me, I think, than him, because he goes, makes friends and plays, and it's done.
Right.
And me, I'm like, okay, so I have nobody in the house. What do? I do go to work, okay. There's this empty feel of like not having him around right away, so.
You see, for me, my son started very early going to, well, he was in a daycare, but then preschool, pre-K, he was all the time. But it was hard for me. It was very hard, but I never forget when I was signing him up for kindergarten. He wasn't with me. I went by myself. I signed him up, and I started crying. I don't know, all of a sudden, and then the principal walked by. She's like, oh, wait till they go to college. I was like, oh my God, okay, I didn't need to hear that. But I remember the first day of kindergarten, because, you know, in preschool and pre-K, you go to the room and you say bye and you kiss. But in kindergarten, you drop him off by the door of the school.
Yeah.
And I see him with this book bag, this huge book bag, banging on his knees, till his knees, and it's like walking. I started weeping. I started crying. It was very hard for me. But for him, like your son, nothing. He loves it.
Yeah.
Even now, he doesn't really have any anxiety. He's happy to go.
Yeah.
I think it's me more.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I am more anxious than he is.
Yes.
He's like, oh, I made friends, and I don't know everybody's name right now, but I just, you know, played with these people.
And that's a new school for him.
It's a new school for him, and I go, all day, I go, what did he do? I hope he's okay.
Yes.
I wonder, did he eat lunch? How was the lunch? And I'm like, I have all these questions going on through my mind. The moment that he gets up from the bus, and I have all these lists of questions. And he's like, Mom, it was fine. It was awesome. Oh. And he goes upstairs.
You see, I grew up in Bulgaria during the communist time. I've never heard of this anxiety. It's school. You got to go. You got to do it. That's it. No one talks about going back to school. I mean, September 15 comes, you got to go. That's it. So for me, it's a little bit new, this anxiety thing, but it is real. And I think it's more for parents than for children.
Absolutely.
I remember when he was going to preschool, I would literally cry every morning. He was crying too, but then I would hang out a little bit by the door, and like in 2 seconds, I hear him laughing and playing with the kids. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's it.
They don't care.
But it took him 2 years. He was crying every morning for 2 years. So it's I. But
yeah. Now we're going to take a very short break, and now we're going to have another mom joining us. And stay tuned.
Coming up next, teachers make or break. I remember knowing that I have this subject that day with a teacher that I hated. I didn't want to go to school.
She forgot drinking. 4 glasses of wine the day before school.
We're friends, we're moms on a mission.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. Hashtag Moms on a Mission. Now we have a wonderful guest, Ilona, with us. And I'm going to read this to you. And here we go. I just don't want to miss any details. So, Ilona is a Russian-born New Yorker that resides in Astoria with her husband, Lane, 7-year-old daughter, Emily, and cat, Bama. She's a producer that works for BBDO, and her nightly challenge is not to drown her guilt as a mother, stress as a producer, and those final stubborn 15 pounds in a bottle of wine. Did I say that right?
That is correct.
That is funny. You wrote that?
Yeah, it was actually funny because she asked me for a bio when we were on Facebook and each other, and then I was like, I don't know, I don't have a bio, and then I just wrote it, and she's like, oh yeah, that's cool. I said, yeah, I was just writing that while I was on a conference call with Dubai. And she's like, that's even cooler.
Oh yeah, I loved it when I read that. I couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, it was funny. You have a daughter. She's 2nd grade?
She's in 2nd grade, yes.
Did she start
She's
school
7 years old.
already?
Yes, she did. It's
How
been,
was
it was, 2nd grade is very different from kindergarten, pre-K, God forbid. Because, now they have friends and they know the school, and, it's not as big of a deal.
How was it for you? Did you ever have an anxiety, like worry,
God.
or?
I mean, she started school from nursery, so, and I you have moments in your life where you remember everything, the smells, the way the air felt, like, when you met your husband or whatever that is. And I remember everything about that day, and most of it, like the day before, because they had uniforms. And it's hilarious because the first day of school, everything is ironed and clean and laid out and socks match and whatever. And then like 2 weeks later, you're fishing stuff out of the laundry and smelling it and putting it on your child because, it might be clean or not. So everything was lined up, and the backpack was bigger than her. And I remember there was this moment where we walked out of the apartment in New York. You walk to school, and she walked forward so I can take a picture. And it was just this little tiny thing in the uniform with a backpack that was covering 3/4 of her body, just going away. And I remember thinking to myself, A, I will never forget this. And B, that's it. She's walking away. Like that's, and
that
that's
was for me too.
And you just, and that's her first time walking away. And then I cried, of course, there, and then I cried on a stoop somewhere, and I love New York because some guy from Bodega came out and with the napkins and coffee, and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, oh, my daughter just, it's like, and only in New York, I guess. So that was the first day.
Well, I was telling Ayse before we took a break, but I'm from Bulgaria.
Yeah.
And she's from Turkey, you're from Russia. But in Bulgaria, we never talked about anxiety. You just go to school. You got to go to school. That's it. You go to school. And I remember I took the bus by myself. I was 7, went to school. And
public transportation.
Yeah.
Not even a school bus.
No
public
school bus. Yeah,
transportation.
public transportation. No. So, but how it's in your country?
Yeah, I mean, in my days, I started walking to school, not a short distance. I'm not talking about from like 2-3 blocks away or whatever. I am talking about, I don't know.
15 minutes walk.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes walk with my friend would come and ring the bell, and we would go down and pick up another person, and 3 of us would walk to school like 15, 20 minutes, like second graders with like big backpacks like that, and we had uniforms too.
Yeah, we
so, but I guess back in the day, it's, you know, it is what it is, and, you know, it was safe. Now,
But the parents would never be like, I never remember my mom worrying that the first day of school is coming.
and there was
No.
no
How
cell
my daughter
phones.
will feel, or how, or she was never crying that I was going to school. I mean, you go to school, that's it.
But I think they might have not vocalized it neither, because
Yeah.
in our culture now they make such a big deal about it on TV. You see like 600
Russia?
commercials. No, here in America.
here, yeah.
You know, you see so many commercials going back to school, and everybody's talking about it. So the anxiety is driven from outside.
Right.
You know, in our time in Russia, you know, you were just, that was just a day that everybody went to
Yeah.
school. You know, I think we're doing it to ourselves.
I think as a kid, well, for me, I could not say it's anxiety, but for me, the number one worry was homework. Oh my God, homework, reading.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with kids now. They worry. What do you think they worry about? Homework, and then what? If they're accepted, if they get fit into the
Yeah, probably.
community cultures.
They probably, I mean, they blend in much easier than us, I think. They are like smarter, they are bolder, you know. Yes, I was sort of bold, I guess, but I find in like new generation like bolder, like they have so much going on, and they say things to you at times that you go like, what? Like, this is 7-year-old and talking like a teenager to you, like, okay.
But I
you
don't know if they're more open in a sense of, because in our days was more safe. So I never heard my mom telling me, oh, don't talk to that stranger, or don't go and, you know, or bullying. We never had this. I don't even remember. But now it's more, oh, don't talk to strangers. Don't do this. Don't do that. So I think children are now more reluctant to make new friends. I don't know. Is it just me, or what do you think?
Like I mentioned earlier, like today's kids are like they know more than we tell them, I think, but they don't tell us. They know, but they are aware what is right, what is wrong, and then they actually, like, we tell them many times, but I think they already registered the first time we told them, you know, and they follow that instruction.
Right.
Like, we don't know this because we don't see that is happening, but then that's actually going on. But like, you only know that when something happens. Like some kid bullied my son in the school bus a couple of years ago, and the kid, I think, slapped him. And then he came down, he's like in pain, and he's in tears, and what happened? Like, this kid just smacked me. I don't know. Maybe he didn't mean it. I think he was trying to, you know, make friends or like having a joke. I'm like, it's not okay. I called the teacher and I said, can we just talk to the parents and see, you know, if it was an accident, and if that wasn't, let's talk about this kind of thing. So, but what he didn't tell me is that he actually told the kid that it is not okay.
Right.
He actually said that to the kids. So they are aware of a lot of things,
Yes.
but they don't have, they are not sharing everything.
Well, what is the solution? What should we do as parents? What do you think is not to prevent us from having anxiety, but to ease our anxiety and the children's worries before the first day of school? What do you think? For me, what it helps now, my son is starting school on Wednesday, and I think I'm taking a day off. And it helps me if I have the day off and I know, okay, if something happens, they can call me, or I'll set up to have a coffee with a friend. So I have something to look forward to after that. That's for me. But do you do some tricks to help you?
Back when he started pre-K and kindergarten, I tried to keep myself occupied. So then the day goes by faster. That was my trick. I don't know. What did you do?
I like to have like special little occasions with her before the end of school, before the beginning of school. You know, do something special with them. That just two of you go together for ice cream, or, you know, pick like a tiny little animal to put in her backpack so she can rub it if she's nervous, or,
Oh, that's a good
you know,
one.
like little, this year when she left, I sprayed her with my perfume, like one spray. So I'm with her for a moment that she walks into school and she, and also building up the confidence. I talk to her, and I mean, I think my parents and us coming from other countries, I don't know how you were raised, but my parents were stricter than the school.
Oh yeah.
And I was happy to go to school. That was relaxing. I had way more rules at home than I did in school.
It was the communist time with me, so.
Oh yeah, it was very intense. So I want to be a different parent to her, not like it was wrong, but to build her up, and tell her, look, you're beautiful and you're smart, not too beautiful, but just enough. And don't let anybody touch your body. Don't let anybody talk you down. Right. This will go forward when she's 17 and some guy approaches her and tells her that she needs to sleep with him.
Right.
She can say no. It starts when she's a little girl.
Yes.
And these conversations, bringing them to school, and then they have that little sweetness about them that I'm worth it. And
yes.
It's easier for you then to let them go because they seem to be okay.
Right. But I printed this article I read in Ivanka Trump's website by the psychologist, Dr. Lauren Hazuri. So she's suggesting few things what the parents can do. Like one, it's address your child's anxiety. It's okay not to be okay. Then the other one is go early to bed the night before and like slow down a little bit the week before. Eat nutritionally. Visit the school with your child, I guess when she's starting or he in new school. And then initiate play dates with classmates before the school starts so they can get to know, I guess, reacquaint themselves again. But what do you think, Ari? There's some good points in this, right?
She forgot drinking. 4 glasses of wine the day before school. This way you're so hungover the next morning you don't know what's going on.
You just
in a fog.
school, I want to sleep.
Exactly.
I like the point with the play dates.
Yeah.
Because my son still sees kids from his class, which is strange because in Bulgaria, when you start pre-K or kindergarten, you go with the same kids till grade 8.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
So you build friendship. Yeah. Now he's kindergarten, he made friends. Now he'll start with other children.
Yeah.
But he's playing in the playground with kids that were in his class, but they're not going to be in his class again. But I guess that helps him because they're in the same school still.
It still doesn't matter either. So we were at a play date today from my son's preschool friend's house. So they were friends at that school when he had the pre-K. They were friends when they were 2.5. Oh my God. So I know, and they still want to play together. And even though now we moved a little farther, I didn't care because I just wanted them to play together, and they play so well. They were not in the same schools after the pre-K, and they completely separated, but they still had the play dates. And what I'm trying to say is that they have a way of keeping their friends, and they have a way of keeping all these emotions alive. It is such a nice thing to see as a mother, like he actually has an established friend that he actually wants to set up a date and go see. So it is nice. And I'm sure your son will do the same thing. And even though they are going to be in different grades and so on, they will still see each other and they will still play together. And it will also ease everything.
Yeah.
Maybe it's okay to not do anything at all before school starts, because when we grow up, we start jobs, and you walk in the office, you don't know anybody.
Right.
We don't have play dates before we start a job. We don't get to know somebody.
That is so sad for us, isn't that?
I know. We should do that. How do we do that?
I know, like, oh,
I think we're onto something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we are hired. Okay, can I have the list of the people so we can have a play date
Yes.
before we come to the
We can hang
bar?
out in the bar.
This is a great idea. Okay, we should write that down. Yeah, I mean, for them to be social, to get to know other people. First of all, like when you meet with new people, it is a good challenge for them to blend in.
Yeah.
Like, how are they going to do that? It is up to them, basically. And then it is our job to make them feel comfortable about it, I think, right?
Yeah, in whatever way they choose. Maybe it's not the first day, you know, some kids are more shy than others. Maybe it's not the first day that they will start making friends, but the second, the third. So I think it's okay, you know.
And the teachers have a lot to do with it too, you know,
Yeah.
how the teachers control the class and
Teachers make or break. I remember knowing that I have this subject that day with a teacher that I hated. I didn't want to go to school. I just hated it.
Oh.
So I think teachers make or break, you know.
it's true.
But if you have a good teacher that you love, you just want to go to school.
Yeah, yeah,
Hang out.
absolutely. That makes a huge difference.
I think that was a great topic to talk about. Well,
Absolutely.
You're already on the hook. Your kids started school. Now it's me in 3 days. But
You'll
I
be
think
fine.
yes,
Don't
we'll be
cry.
fine.
Prepare your wine.
Yes.
How many glasses? 4?
4.
Okay, 4 glasses.
well.
Although I have a bigger frame, so
Yeah.
I would go with
Yeah.
3 for you.
Let's start 3, 4.
Yes.
Okay, well, guys, that's it for today's show. And please tweet us what you want us to talk about, what subjects are your interest that you want us to cover. Hashtag Moms on a Mission, at Woman to Woman TV, or at Luchia Dragosh, at Eldek Ayse. And we'll see you next time, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Stay tuned.